Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. My name is Tami Rahmawati with student ID number 1940100018, and I will be explain or share the mind map that I made with the title Business Communication in the Information Age, Chapter 1, Thriving in a Digital, Social, and Mobile Workplace. The first one is succeeding with 21st century skills. Technologies are rapidly transforming how we work and communicate. Future-proof occupation will require communication, managing people, creativity, and specialized knowledge. The COVID-19 pandemic injected high uncertainty into the global labor markets. It has also forced an unprecedented expansion of remote work and therefore accelerated the ongoing digital transformation of the workplace. It is divided into 5 points. The first point is communication skills and career success. In recent research, written and oral communication rank first among the 5 most desirable attributes in job seekers, ahead of management, leadership, problem solving, and teamwork skills. And the ability to communicate is a stepping stone to great job opportunities. Second point is why communication and other social skills matter. Communication plays a leading role, and today's workers communicate more since information technology, mobile devices, and social media have swept the workplace. Because electronic mail and other digital media have become important channels of communication in today's workplace, all digital business messages must be clear, concise, and professional. The third point is employers want professionalism. In addition to technical knowledge, employer will expect you to show professionalism and possess what are variously called soft skills, people skills, or emotional intelligence. To reflect their growing importance, we prefer the terms interpersonal skills or professional skills, which may be defined as a combination of communication, logical reasoning, critical thinking, teamwork, and management skills. The fourth point is the economic benefit of your college education. Depending on the demand for their major, college graduates earn more, suffer less unemployment, and can choose from a wider variety of career options than workers without a college education. Fifth point is meeting the challenges of the information age workplace. The following overview reveals how communication skills are closely tied to your success in a constantly evolving information age workplace. For example, disruptive technologies and social media, remote work and 24/7 365 availability, collaboration and teams, flattened management layers, global competition and cultural diversity, and emphasize on ethics. Second is about practicing active listening. In an age that relies on information and communication technology, listening is an important leadership skill. And listening skills are important for career success, organization effectiveness, and worker satisfaction. It is divided into 2 points. The first point is identifying barriers to effective listening. For example, physical barriers, psychological barriers, language problems, nonverbal distractions, thought speed, faking attention, and grandstanding. And the last point is building powerful listening skills, such as stop talking, control the listening environment, adopt an empathic attitude, distinguish between facts and opinions, capitalize on lag time, listen between the lines and validate emotion, take selective notes, and provide encouraging feedback. The third point is communicating non-verbally. Non-verbal communication includes all unwritten and unspoken messages, whether intended or not. And it is divided into 4 points. The 3 of them is the cues, and the last one is the tips. The first cues is your body sends silent messages. The silent non-verbal messages our bodies sends, such as eye contact, facial expression, posture, and gestures. Second cues is time, space, and territory send silent messages. These three send silent messages. It is called three external elements to convey information in the communication process. The last cues is appearance send silent messages. These messages should be pleasing to the eye, such as eye appeal of business documents and personal appearance. And the last point is the tips, such as establish and maintain eye contact, use posture to show interest, reduce or eliminate physical barriers, improve your decoding skills, probe for more information, interpret nonverbal meanings and context, associate with people from different cultures, appreciate the power of appearance, observe yourself on video, and last and least, friends and family. These tips for improving nonverbal communication skill and to be mastering nonverbal skills. Fourth is understanding culture and communication. It is divided into 6 points. The 5 of them is called 5 key dimensions of culture, and the last one is the interaction between culture and social media. The first key is high and low context. Edward T. Hall, context refers to the stimuli, environment, or ambience surrounding an event. Communicators in low context cultures, such as those in North America and Germany, they assume that messages must be explicit and listeners rely exclusively on the written or spoken word. Low context cultures tend to be linear, analytical, and action-oriented. Meanwhile, in communicators in high context culture, such as those in China, Japan, and Middle Eastern, assume that the listener does not need much background information, and high context culture are more likely to be intuitive and contemplative. In this culture, pay attention to more than the spoken or written word. Second key is individualism and collectivism. Individualism, usually for low context culture, they believe that initiative and self-assertion result in personal achievement and individual action and personal responsibility, and they deserve much freedom in their personal lives. Meanwhile, in collectivism, usually for high context culture, they emphasize membership in organizations, groups, and teams. They encourage acceptance of group values, duties, and decisions. The third key is time orientation. In low context culture, time is perceived sequentially, and in high context culture, time may be perceived as an unlimited resource to be enjoyed. It is open and flexible. Fourth point is power distance. In high power distance countries, subordinates expect formal hierarchies and embrace relatively authoritarian, paternalistic power in relationships. And in low power distance cultures, however, subordinates consider themselves as equals of their supervisors. The last key is communication style. To low context cultures, which means Americans and Germans, for example, words are very important, especially in contracts and negotiations. Meanwhile, in high context cultures, Japanese may treat contracts as statements of intention, and they assume changes will be made as a projects develop. The last point is technology and social media affect intercultural communication. With minimal resources, communicators can interact instantly across vast distances with larger and more varied audiences than ever before. And social media may potentially bridge cultural differences or reinforce them, depending on their users. Some authors believe that social media use mindfully can benefit mental health, blur cultural gaps, reduce hierarchies, and empower people to change their circumstances. At the same time, the online environment may deepen feelings of social isolation, leading to depression and the much-debated loneliness epidemic, only made worse by the COVID-19 pandemic. And lastly, ensuring intercultural effectiveness. Being aware of your own culture and how it contrasts with others is a first step in learning intercultural cultural skills. And in this section addresses how to overcome barriers to productive intercultural communication, develop strong intercultural skills, and capitalize on workplace diversity. And this is divided into 6 points. The first point is avoiding ethnocentrism and stereotyping. Despite being avoided, these two barriers, however, can be overcome by developing tolerance and empathy, two powerful and effective aids to communication. Second point is successful oral communication with intercultural audiences. When you have a conversation with someone from another culture, you can reduce misunderstanding by following these tips, such as use simple English, speak slowly and enunciate clearly, encourage accurate feedback, check frequently for comprehension, observe eye messages, accept blame, listen without interrupting, smile when appropriate, and the last one is follow up in writing. The third point is successful written communication with intercultural audiences. When you write to someone from a different culture, you can improve your chances of being understood by following the following suggestions, such as consider local styles and conventions, observe titles and rank, hire a translator, use short sentences and short paragraphs, avoid ambiguity, and cite numbers carefully. The fourth point is growing workforce diversity. This diversity has many dimensions, such as race, ethnicity, age, religion, gender, national origin, disability, sexual orientation, and others. The fifth point is understanding the benefits of diversity at work. As society and the workforce become more diverse, successful communication among the various identity groups brings distinct advantages in 3 areas, such as consumers, work teams, and business. And the last point is communicating in a diverse workplace. Acceptance and harmony do not happen automatically when dissimilar people work together. And this means that organizations must commit to diversity. The following suggestions can help to find ways to improve communication and interaction, such as seek training, understand the value of difference, learn about your cultural self, make fewer assumptions, and the last is build on similarities. And that's all from me. I hope that you can find something useful from this mind map and explanation. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.